Copper Mountain. One of Colorado's biggest ski areas, located in Summit County, Colorado, over an hour from Denver. It is my favorite ski area, though I'm very biased since it's the ski resort I've spent basically all my time skiing at. And today I'm going to rank all the lifts at Copper based on my experience and my assumptions about some other areas. I want to thank Quinn Skiing Lifts and Rides for inspiring this video. This video is not a copy. This is my personal opinion. Another note is that I will not include magic carpets, which aren't very special, obviously. I mean, magic carpets, yeah, they're just, nah. Anyway, from my account, Copper has 19 lifts, including surface lifts, which I'll rank today. Anything from high-speed quads to 6-person lifts to doubles to triples, and platter lifts and T-bars. Anyway, let's get right into it. 19. Gem. It serves the Green Acre Bunny Hill, which is a small little bunny hill at Copper Mountain, disconnected from the rest of the green terrain at Copper. Gem is a little platter that serves a small terrain park. Overall, not that special of a lift. 18. Pitchfork. This is another lift that serves the Green Acres Bunny Hill, but instead of being a single platter lift, it is actually a little double. So this is a reason why it's higher on this ranking, because I think it's nicer to ride a double than a platter. It's a little uncomfortable. And still, I don't understand why this area is completely disconnected from every other part of the mountain. I mean, I get that it's old or whatever, but still, they shouldn't have this anymore. 17. Kokomo Express. This lift serves Copper's other bunny hill, the bigger one. This lift serves only one run, lower roundabout. It also has some fun little terrain parks here and there, like the Miners Progression Park and the other park at the top, but it gets a little crowded as Copper's primary beginner lift. Overall, it's good for what it does, but it doesn't stand out, and it serves barely any terrain, just like Green Acres, and it's pretty flat. 16. Lumberjack. This lift, personally, I think is a good beginner area, probably the best at Copper, but it is served by a painfully slow triple chair. Because of this, the area is very quiet, which is why I like it so much. The terrain there is pretty nice, but for me, it isn't enough to justify the insanely slow ride time of Lumberjack. Thankfully, Copper plans on replacing this lift with a high-speed 6-person lift sometime in the future, as indicated in their master plan. 15. Resolution. This might seem like a hot take, but every time I've skied there, it hasn't been that great. Personally, I don't think it's a great area. Granted, I did ski there at times of the year where the snow wasn't as good, like at Christmas. But still, the massive moguls are just not my thing. It's just, I find that other areas to be better, and every time I've been there, something bad has happened. Like the snow has been icy, or moguls were just shaped weirdly, and too difficult for me, personally, or I just didn't like them. Personally, not my favorite area. There's an area nearby that has better mogul terrain. 14. Blackjack. This is one of Copper's back bowl lifts, but it isn't that great personally unless it's snowed recently. But the terrain then even isn't that good. I found that the terrain is often icy like the run Rattler, or it's just heavily skied off from people skiing down to Three Bears or Mountain Chief. And combined with the short vertical drop, it's not even close to being my favorite lift back there. 13. Woodward Express. Personally, I'm not a park person. I prefer extreme terrain over the parks. But if you like the parks, there are a few better places than here. I mainly use it as egress from West Village up to Timberline and the High Alpine of Copper. The greens are good, but few don't have parks. But this is truly the park lift if you want to do jumps, boxes, or rails in Colorado. 12. Rendezvous. This area serves really unique high alpine green terrain, but it's a slow triple. It has good greens and serves as an access point to the back bowls, which is my primary use for it. Overall, a solid lift. 11. American Eagle. Again, another hot take, but I think that this terrain is not as good as some of the other blues at Copper. I don't visit the east side of Copper as often as the west side, but I just don't think these blues have as good snow quality as the blues, say, in the Timberline pod. From a pure lift standpoint, this is the best lift at Copper. I mean, it's got fancy 6-person chairs and 10-person gondolas. It's a pretty cool looking lift, but this ranking is mainly about the terrain, and for there, it falls short for me. Also, it can get long lift lines, and in that case, use the gondola side to avoid the long lift lines. 10. Celebrity Ridge. A short platter lift that helps you bypass a hike from Sierra to the top of Union Peak. Due to the fact that Sierra ends short of the summit, this makes accessing Union Bowl and backside much easier than before. The runs directly under the lift are pretty short, but the runs that it helps access, like the Union Bowl and the West Ridge Traverse trails in the backside, are really good. 9. American Flyer. This is a nice bubble 6-person lift that's very long for a high-speed lift. It serves long green cruisers with a few blue mogul runs that drop down into the Coppertone run. It also has a fun bank slalom called Family Cross near the top of the lift. The runs are a little busy, but the cruisers are really nice. You can access the Woodward Parks, but my one thing with this lift is the seat design. You might fall out. Actually, another thing is that the lift gets very busy. One of the most busy lifts at Copper. It competes for that title along with Eagle and Timberline. But besides those things and the long ride time, it's a nice lift.
Oh no!
8. Accelerator. This lift lives up to its name. It's really short and it flies you off at the top. It serves a relatively small terrain pod, and the runs there, especially Ptarmigan, have found to get really icy. I think Ptarmigan is the iciest run at Copper. And it serves some nice mogul blacks and a couple cruisers, icy ones at that. But by far my favorite run there, and the reason why it's this high on my list, is the Hallelujah run. It's a wide, open, rocky field of moguls, but it has great snow and great views. Generally, the rocks are covered up because the wind blows the snow over the ridgeline. It's just a great run. I love it in the spring. 7. Super B. Another 6-person lift, the oldest at Copper. It serves the largest vertical drop at Copper, and it has long blue cruisers with some other black cruisers and runs branching off of it. I find that this lift is the easiest access to the east side of the mountain because American Eagle can get long lines. Also, most of Eagle's and Accelerator's terrain can be lapped via Super B and the run Skid Road. Though this area can be icy, but with the large vertical drop and huge swath of terrain it puts it at number 7 on my list. 6. Storm King. A T-bar that serves the Spalding Bowl. The Spalding Bowl is a smaller bowl that has some of Copper's steepest terrain. It doesn't have that much vertical, but it's a really nice area. You can also traverse to avoid resolution. Also, the backside can be accessed from this lift via Lily G Traverse. It also helps you offer some nice glade skiing through the Enchanted Forest, and the view from this lift is incredible. It's really nice. 5. Alpine. This lift has no lines. It is one of Copper's, if not Copper's, least busy lift, which is why it's so great. The very long lift ride on the slow double chair makes people scared of this area, but it serves nice mogul runs and some tree terrain. It is a very nice area, and on powder days, it's amazing. 4. Sierra. My second favorite lift on the front side, it serves mainly mogul blacks. There are some under the lift, but I prefer the ones to the west of Sierra that drop down onto the Green Run, Soliloquy, and into the Timberline pod. I also like the Union Meadow trees, but my favorite trees are on the next entry on this list, because Union Meadows often get skied out. Overall, a great lift, and on powder day, this lift rocks. Third, Timberline Express. This might be the busiest lift at Copper, but for good reason. It serves what I think are Copper's best blues. They have good cruisers and some mogul runs to practice on and get more advanced in moguls. I also use this lift to access the Sierra and Rendezvous chairs, which help me get to the backside easier. Timberline also serves great tree terrain in some areas, but I won't tell you where. Overall, it's my favorite express lift at Copper, and I could probably spend half a day here. Second, Mountain Chief. This area is either hit or miss. If it's been the right temperature or it's been a powder day, it's amazing. The Cornice runs off the West Ridge Traverse are my favorite runs at Copper. But on the other hand, it can get icy. It can become an icy, crusty mess when it's been hot out and there's been thaw cycle. But when it's good, it has amazing terrain. Just absolutely incredible terrain. I love it there. And first place goes to Three Bears. Unlike Mountain Chief, this lift is more reliable due to its north-facing aspect, which gives it better protection from the sun, which can cause freeze-thaw cycles to be worse. With an impressive 1,100 vertical feet, it just has great expert terrain, and this is Copper's true extreme lift. It doesn't have stuff as hard as like some of the stuff off the Westridge Traverse at Mount Chief or some of the stuff at A Basin, but overall, it's the most reliable extreme terrain you'll find at Copper Mountain. Overall, it is my favorite lift at Copper, and I could get tired from skiing here. And the stuff here is pretty tough, but it's just such a good lift. I can't say enough about this lift. It's only 6 years old, but it's just great. Well, that's my ranking of all the lifts at Copper Mountain. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would appreciate if you liked and subscribed, since it took a while to edit this video and I had to redo the voiceover because I used the wrong mic the first time. So this is not the first time you've heard me do the first time that I've done this voiceover. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. See you later.